Oh, okay, that's a new thing. Hold on. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great day today. And welcome to another fantabulous episode, or whatever you want to call it. Another video from me, another live stream. We are going to be taking a look today at this guy right here. This is the Mato RDTA from Vandy Vape, with a big, huge shout out and thank you going to Vandy Vape for sending this one my way for the purpose of making this video. But we're also going to be doing some discussion, some chat, and all that good stuff. I've got, a lot on my mind lately, with all the whole COVID-19 thing and, working. And I'm sure you guys are well aware of the situation if you watch Vape Stew. But, yes, lots to talk about today. Get those X1s ready, guys, because we are going to do some shout-outs in just a second here. So I'm just going to call it right now. Go ahead, throw an X1 in chat if you guys want to shout out. I'll just talk about briefly what I'm vaping on right now, which is still the Rig mod, the Rig V2, with a black roughneck V2 on top of there with a 25mm cap and DHD drip tip. This gold AF. What does she call these? I think they're the gold AF Rig mod tip. But yeah. So, where's my juice? There it is. I've got some of this stuff right here. Suicide Bunny's Mother's Milk in 1.5. Technically, it's half Mother's Milk and half vanilla custard because I couldn't find 3 milligram Mother's Milk to mix in with it. But it's still in there. You can still taste it. Definitely need to re-wick. Yeah, isn't that a pretty sight? But it still tastes delicious. That's the thing. You might have dark cotton, you might have brown wicks and black coils, but if it still tastes good, I say vape it. But yeah, definitely going to be re-wicking day probably tomorrow. Man, that's delicious. I am not even a dessert fan at all. I have very, very, very rarely vape dessert flavors, but this, for some reason, is just so good. It's a nice little throwback. It goes well with coffee in the morning. It's just nice. It's just real nice, guys. Hope everyone is having a great vape as well as a great day. I know I've already said that, but yeah. Let's have one more puff on this thing, and then I'll get to the shout-outs. All right, shout out time. Let's see who we've got in chat. We've got an advocate for liberty. We have, let's see, Jenny Sins Designs. Thank you so much, Jenny, for making the lovely graphic that I used for the title card and or thumbnail image of this video. I'm going to be using that quite a bit. So if you guys want to give her a follow, it's at Jenny Sin Designs on Instagram. Make sure you check her out. She does awesome work, and give her money because she needs it, and she does awesome designs. So pay her for a logo or a graphic or a cartoon or something because she's awesome. She's probably gonna hate me for that, but we've also got John Beninati. He made it here on time. What's up, dude? We got this motherfucker here. It says X23. Do I really have to say your name 23 times? Either way, we've got Robert Hale, or is it Heil? Is it Heal or Heil? Let me know. I'm horrible at pronouncing people's last names, as everyone knows. We also have Lady Liberty in here as well. Hello. Thank you guys so much for checking us out, checking me out. The second I hit the go live button, English just goes pew out of my head. So I do apologize for just being an idiot on these streams, but we have fun here. Yeah. So let's see. Anyone else? Oh, Lady Liberty. Yes. Shout out to Lady Liberty. Anyone else want to shout out? Shout out to everyone that's early here. Enders of the Game. I know you guys are modest. You guys are too modest. And Enders of the Game is here. He's the one that helped me build my PC. Coil Image as well. My buddy, my dude. Got some Coil Image coils right here. Let's see. Puddle Jumper 84. New Wave Dave. Yeah. I make up my own rules. So I know you guys did an X1, but yeah. Yeah, Jenny says, give me money to make my ratty not sick. Her rat has a growth. We don't know if it's cancerous or whatnot, but yeah. Oh, help Jenny's rat. Yeah, dirty wicks. Yeah, that's right. Definitely dirty wicks. Whatever. It is what it is. Still tastes good, like I said. Let's get to it. Yeah, this thing, for those of you that don't know, is a cable RDTA. I don't know, cable wicking, whatever you want to call it. It's got some cables that go down into the tank right there. And that's how it wicks up to the coils. And surprisingly, it works. Just like their Brunhild, the wicking, as you can see, stays wet and it continues to moisten the cotton. Essentially what it is like the liquid makes it up the cables and then ends up where your wick tails just kind of plump down right on the ends of the cables at the top, and then it soaks it up from there. So it's kind of an interesting mechanic, but I really like it. So let's just go ahead and have a puff on this thing before we go down and check it out in the close-ups. Not used to that. A little bit of menthol in there took me by surprise. But damn, it's good. Flavor's still really rocking, even though these are like probably 2-week-old wicks. Really can't complain about the flavor department here. This is the stock coil that came with the device. I just trimmed it and slapped it in there. And nothing special for wicking. It's probably one of these with Tofo cotton thread things that I've been using lately. But yeah, flavor-wise, really good. We'll get to the review part a little bit after we go down to the close-up, but let's just go ahead. We'll go down to the close-ups. We'll get this part over with so we can chat about stuff, and we'll go right down to the close-up view. So, let me bump my desk, and we'll show you guys the box. This is what the box looks like. It is very pretty. Vandy Vape has came a long way since their humble beginnings with those blue boxes, those plain blue boxes. Everything looked the same, but now they actually have some branding going. You can see the silver embossed logo on there, which is pretty neat looking. And yeah, as you can see, it says Vandy Vape, Mato RDTA, and it says Nebelef. Oh, I'm gonna ruin this because I haven't done my homework about this one. I'm sure that's some sort of collaboration project, but to be honest, I haven't really looked this one up too much. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you. I just vaped it. Anyways, we've got all the scanny codes and bloopy bloops there and scratchy things. On the back, we have what the package includes and some basic features and stuff like that. You know, some basic stuff. On this side, we have some company information. And top and bottom have the Vandy Vape logo there in the silver emboss. So let's just go ahead and take a look inside the box. You know, they don't make it easy to come out. Like I always end up ripping these little grabby things here, but whatever. So here's the fuse clapted coil that I have in there currently. There's the specs for it if you guys are curious. I like that they put the specs on the wrapper. And it's a pretty decent looking coil and it performs really well. Here you have a baggie full of tools. You have everything you need. 2 Allen wrenches, a squonkable 510 pin that goes all the way through. Not sure if you guys can see that very well, but there you go. That's kind of an interesting feature. It has a replacement little silicone stopper thing, or a couple of them, for the filling method. A bunch of O-rings, replacement screws, and a little adapter for 510 drip tips, which is also pretty nice. So lots of stuff come with this thing, and it's made for all different types of vaping. You can kind of mouth to lung on it if you do cut down the airflow, but it's not the best mouth to lung, so there you go. We also have replacement steel cable. There you go. I might have already used one actually, because we'll talk about that in the review section and when we dive down in a little bit closer, but we have the Oh, I'm not even going to unfold it, but yeah, here's the manual for it. Yeah, it's a fold-out manual. -5 points, Vandy Vape. Come on, get the picture, guys. Get the picture. We don't want these stupid things. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. It could just be me. Either way, we get a little coily tool, bootleg coily tool here. Shout out to the man himself, Mr. Coily himself, Simon. And you get a little recommended length adapter there. But yeah, coily tool, the original, always. Make sure you guys check them out. Here is a little QC thing. Boop. And in the very bottom, let's just go all the way down. We get a little product card. I'm not sure why they did that, because, you know, you already bought the damn thing. Why bother having a product card in the bottom of the box of the thing that you just bought? I don't know. Marketing money. That's why. They have marketing money. That's why they did that. Let's put all that stuff off to the side because, actually, I'm going to keep that little coily tool and the little spare thing handy because we're going to rebuild this thing. We're going to just do a quick little build on it. Let's go over the parts before we do that, though. So, of course, you have your 810 drip tip here, and it does fit other tips. I've tried. Has an O-ring on the inside lip of the actual top cap section, which fits really nice and snug. This drip tip isn't great, but it isn't bad. It's got these little wave marks on it, which are purely aesthetic. They don't do anything, and all they do is collect lip crud. So if you're prone to lip crud, yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. But otherwise, it's a big chunky drip tip and it doesn't get hot, so that's kind of a good thing. But you can see the kind of styling on here. It's like squared off. What would you call that? It's kind of like got the squared off feel to the top section of the top cap, the airflow, which does kind of provide a little bit of grip. Here's the airflow holes, so you can see them. Position the camera just right. You get a picture. They're kind of elongated circles, ovals, if you will, and they provide plenty of airflow and are fairly quiet, so that's a good thing as well. Top cap, nothing fancy there, and it's unfortunately not a particularly domed style top cap, so I wish they would have put a little bit of thought into that and maybe just rounded out the top, but maybe that's just me. It's opinions here, folks. That's an opinion. So here you can kind of get a feel for how this thing works. It's a single coil RDTA. The airflow comes in from the side and hits those little, hopefully you can see them, the little airflow holes, little honeycomb grid, and hits the coil at a slight upward angle. It's nothing that particularly fancy. It looks kind of fancy, but it's nothing that fancy, I suppose. And you have this right on this side here. This little silicone piece is where you put your bottle in and squeeze, and it fills up the chamber underneath. So that's actually really nice. I use that quite a bit, and it fills the tank very quickly and efficiently without having too much of a mess on your hands. You also have a screw on that side there, and also that side there. So that's how you tighten your posts. And you have dual O-rings, which hold that top cap on very, very nicely. Otherwise, we have the tank section underneath with a glass tube. We have the little cage kind of deal around it. And we have these steel cables going down into that tank. And the 510 is just a static 510. And you can replace that with a squonkable one if you so choose. And I'll give you a look at the engravings a little bit. Mato, and let's see, what does it say? Mato. Does it say anything fancy? No, not really. There's that logo again that I don't know what it means on the front. I'm sure it's some sort of collaboration, and I missed the boat on that, but I do apologize. I never do homework on these things. I just get stuff in and look at them and vape them and give you guys my thoughts, but I apologize for whoever designed this thing. I fail at knowing your name, and or it also makes it hard to read with the silver embossed. But anyways, let's just carry on here, shall we? Now my fingers are all messy from that. Just gonna wipe them on the old vape mat. You know what? Since I'm using the Watofo mat, they should really sponsor me or something. I don't know. All right, let's rebuild this thing. It's a fairly quick and easy, painless process here. I'm just going to get all my tools out. I believe it's this one. Let's see. Check the bit size. I'm going to try to read chat as I do this, so it might take a little bit longer than usual. But, yeah, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good one. I say that about 15 times during my videos. We have the technology. We can rebuild it, yes. Here's the colors you could have had but didn't. Well, it also includes the one you do have, so that, you know, I mean... this coil is not dead. That's the thing. This coil is not dead. I could just easily re-wick it, but I wanted to show you guys the deck, and I also have a frame staple from Coil Image that I want to put in there, so that's what I'm going to do. So here is the actual deck and the top part. Let me try to get this in focus. That would be great. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo-doo. Let's see. Camera control, focus. Oh, I have it set to manual focus. It's probably for the best, to be honest, but here we go. Focus. Come on. You almost had it. Oh. All right, we'll find the sweet spot here. And it sucks that it's a slider. Oh, wow. This thing is very touchy. Oh, we'll just get real up close and personal. How about that? Try to get some light over here, too. Oh, there we go. Oh. So, here you can see the top of the steel cables. And the interesting part about cable is that there's a bunch of little tiny pieces of wire all braided up and wrapped into one big cable. So, in between those wires is air pockets. And that provides basically the space for the juice to go up. I mean, how exactly it works as far as capillary action and all that, my guess would be the heat from the top kind of draws the liquid upwards, but that's just an educated guess, I suppose. Otherwise, it's just a really cool, unique way to do wicking. Now, the problem with this is, well, okay, twofold. One, they're made out of little tiny strands of wire. So if you accidentally pull on one of them to clean this thing, and one of those pieces of wire comes out or one of those wires moves, then it's going to ruin the whole thing and you're going to end up with a big nasty mess on your hands. And that already happened to me pretty much the second I took it out of the box. So I had to replace one of those strands of cabling, and that was kind of a poopy thing because, you know, it was brand spanking new. Other than that, it would be difficult to clean this thing because of that fact. But as you can see, pretty cool looking deck there. It's only one directional coiling on this thing, so it's not just any way you choose. It's basically just you have to wrap your coils a certain way in order for them to fit right in here. So there's that. We'll talk about that more in the review section. Let's go and build this thing. Shut up, Nick. Just build it. Zoop. All right. We're going to turn autofocus off because otherwise it's going to just try to search back and forth. So, like I said, I have a Coil Image. Big shout out to my dude, Coil Image. I have a Coil Image coil here that I wanted for it. And let's see, got two big chunky ones, but I'm going to use this one right here. This is a previously loved coil, but I'm going to reuse it today because I like it that much. And actually, I'm going to shut my mod off. There we go. There we go, smart boy. And you know what? It's the perfect size, wouldn't you know? I feel like all Vandy vape products are right around the 6 or 7 millimeter leg length mark. Ah, yes. So, let's see. What's up, Devil Vapor? Dino, how we doing? Glad to see you in chat, my dude. we've got our 3mm bit. Just gonna. Oh, ooh, ooh. It's a tight fit. Is this a 2.5mm coil? Can't be. No, can't be a 2.5. Well, maybe it shrunk when I took it out of the last RDA. Or device, whatever I had it in. I can't even remember. So it is a little bit tricky to get some tools in there. Like it has this little cutout section on the cap, which at least there's that. But they could have done it a little bit lower. Just a teeny tiny bit, and I would have been a little happier because my tools just don't want to fit right in there. But to be honest, it's in a pretty good position as is, so that's not too bad. And whoop. Wow, that thing lights up quick. Yeah, no hot spots. Heat's from the middle out. That's good. Ah, German guy. Of course it's a German guy. Hey, German guy. Nebelfee? You know, goes to show just how uncultured I am. I don't know a lot of foreign reviewers. I'm sure they do very good work. But I have never seen a single one of their videos. Let's let this coil cool off for a second. Today I'm just going to use one of these little quick wicks from Watofo, little shoestring things. They're not bad. This cotton is not that bad. I don't know if anyone has some sort of opposition to do this, just because, I don't know, I like easy things, and this is very simple. You just pop it through and you're pretty much done. Any chance of popping it on a mech? This and Brunhild seem made for mechs. I don't have a 510 mech here. At some point, tell you what, this motherfucker, if you're planning on watching the stew this coming Friday, then I will bring home a mech mod that I could put this on. There. Just for you, brother. Alright. Wicking this thing is just as easy as popping this through. Again, I can't really get my fingers too close in there because of this outer section. Ooh, this is a smaller coil. This is definitely a smaller coil. Alright, we're going to use the El Cheapo Crapo scissors that come with this kit. And you want to cut your wicks at the length of an RDA. So just barely beyond the outermost point of the RDA itself. And you don't have to do anything special with this wicking. It's literally just snip and tuck. Okay, that sounds wrong. And let's just tuck. And I'm not going to take apart the tank, obviously, because there's really nothing to show in there. I took it apart when I first got it, and it's nothing special. It's literally just the cables dangling down into the tank section. There's nothing else to show off. But it's a squonkable RDTA, which is really neat. I actually used maybe even a little bit too much cotton, but it's not bad. So let's get the juice out. Where is my juice for this one? Here it is. I'm using some of this. So this juice starts off this color and ends up this color. That's some sugary juice, boy. Let me tell you. All right. Just gonna juice it up real quick. And let's see. He did the Cold Steel 200 by EH Pro. Oh. Interesting. I'm assuming we're talking about the German guy here. So to fill it, I'm going to try to show you guys as best as I can. To fill it, you have the little clear silicone stopper thing. You just push your bottle into there and then squeeze. And you fill it up all the way. And once it starts coming up through the top, then you stop. Simple as that. Cool things about that is you can't really screw it up. You can't really flood this thing because the airflow holes are really high. Slap the old cap on there and let her rip. So let's go back up to the main screen in 2 seconds. Whoop, boo. Hey, all right. So yeah, my old juice and new juice need to mix around a little bit. Hi everyone. All right, let's have a vape. Oh, need to turn the mod on. Yep, it vapes really nice. Surprise, surprise. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's fairly quiet. It doesn't make a whole lot of noise. This is wide open. If we cut it off to about, let's do halfway here. It's about the equivalent of, I'd say, 3.5 or 4 millimeter hole. Let's do one rip like this. Getting cloudy in here already. So as suspected, you get that little bit of whistle, kind of like the original Apocalypse RDA. Wide open. Even wide open, it had whistle, let's be honest. But yeah, I'm just going to crank this open again. But I think it's a really cool looking, stylish tank. It's fairly simple and the science works, which is nice. As far as, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of thing goes, it performs amicably. It performs well, I would say. Airflow is nice and smooth. The single coil is great for just about any style of vaping. You can throw a mouth-to-lung coil in there if you want to, and it will suit your needs. Like that, they give you a 510 drip tip adapter with it as well for that reason. And I might actually try this thing with a mouth-to-lung coil of some sort in the near future. We might have to do a little follow-up in another video. But stylings of it, they're okay. They're kind of typical Vandy vape. It's not overly flashy. There's no big, huge logo slapped on this thing. It's got the squared off bits on the top cap, which is, you know, doesn't bother me whatsoever. And the drip tip is the only complaint because it can collect lip crud. So if you, like I said, if you're prone to lip crud, switch out the drip tip on this thing. Other than that, you know, if you cut down the airflow, it whistles a little bit. Not minor annoyance, but definitely not the loudest RDA or RDTA I've ever used. It's sturdy construction. I like that. But yeah, as far as the bad, I think the worst thing about this would probably be the fact that you have to wrap your coil in one direction. If you're an underhand wrapper, then it's not going to work because your coil legs have to be facing a specific way. As for the, what's the other thing? Oh, the not rounded top cap, that kind of bugs me. It's not a major issue, but it's one of those things where it's like, come on, they could have done it. They could have done it because it's a single piece top cap section and they didn't do it. So kind of a fail in my opinion. Kind of has that airflow design like the Ardent RDA from Tenacious TX Vape, Stan, and Times Vape, where it's a hole, like a rounded oval hole, and then you can close it, which does technically cut down the airflow, but the main holes going into the chamber are the same size. So all you're basically doing is causing compression at the outermost section of this thing. Now, as far as the science behind that, I really can't explain it that well because I don't know fluid dynamics and all that stuff. But it would have worked better with the honeycomb holes on the outside, I feel. That's just me. Anyways, the cable thing is really cool. Is it necessary or groundbreaking? It's cool. You know, it's like that level of cool where it's like you want to have it just to show it off, like, hey guys, check it out. I said pretty much the same thing in my Brunhild video. Kind of one of those things where you just like go, hey, cool, check it out. But is it necessary to have as part of your kit? Probably not. I would have to say that you if you don't need a new RDTA, then this one you probably wouldn't be interested in. It's got the cool factor for sure, but as far as performance per dollar and all that, you know, it's all right. It's not terrible. I don't want to bag on it too much because I really do like vaping on this thing. It's a really nice RDTA, and it works well, and it looks nice on this setup, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, leave a chat down there, and let me see what you guys think of this thing. So I actually didn't even see. I'm never prepared for these streams because I didn't even look up how much this thing costs or where you can get one. Haven't really seen them. There's none of the my vape sites usually pop up really quick, but all I'm seeing, oh, there's Element Vape. Got pushed way far down in the search results here. So Element Vape has them for $35.95 US, and it's available in 5 different colors. You have a black, like a matte black, a brushed gunmetal, not brushed gunmetal, like this type of gunmetal, a full gold, stainless steel, and a brushed stainless, which is kind of neat. So you got 5 colors to choose from, and they all come with cool looking drip tips. But yeah, what else? What else can we talk about? That's really all I had to say, honestly, for the Mato. It's nice. It's nice. Would I buy it if I didn't get it in for a review? If I had my choice between this one and the Brunhild, I would choose this one all day. This one, in my opinion, beats the Brunhild. I feel like the Brunhild was just a bit overcomplicated. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. This one seems just like more straightforward, more user-friendly. Better for me because it's hard for me to wrap my brain around, you know, all the stuff that's going on with the Brunhild. This one here, you drop a coil in, you throw some wicking in it, you tuck them down onto the top of the cables, and that's it. A couple of tips for you guys if you do want to get one of these cabling RDTA things. Don't overpack your cotton around those cables. It just has to touch it. You just have to bend your wicks down and have it just lay against the cable. That's simple as that. Don't overthink it. But yeah, there's really nothing else special. As far as cleaning this thing, it's going to be a bitch. That's the other thing. I would actually have to say that that's probably the worst thing. I take back what I said earlier. The worst thing about this is going to be the cleaning factor, because that's what I had the hardest time with, because all I wanted to do was just kind of take it apart and break it down. And the second I pulled on one of those cables, one of the wires came out, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I ruined it. I ruined the whole cable, and just by yanking on it to try to, you know, take it out and just take it apart. So yes, okay, that officially is the worst thing about this RDTA. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the Mato. It's nice. Is it necessary? No, but it's cool. It's only $35, so if you want to pick one up, it's not going to break the bank. And for all the Americans out there that got stimulus checks, you got some money to spend, might as well pick one up for something new for 2020. But yeah, it's good stuff. So, with that out of the way, I'm just going to go back and chat a little bit here and see what you guys are talking about, because I haven't been reading for chat. Oh, let's see. What are you guys up to today? If you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about in chat, let me know, and we will definitely talk about it. Where's the line start for hugs? You masked, gloved, and splash apron hugs. Yes. I went way back in chat. But yeah, it's good seeing you guys here today. Let's see. Nice matchy pairing. Yes, indeed. The flavor with this image coil is fantastic. Gotta say that it's definitely better than the original Vandy Vape coil that came with this thing. I'll tell you that right now. He makes some fantastic coils, guys. Coil Image on Instagram, coil_image. If you didn't see the lid to the jar, coil_image. He is the one responsible for this coil. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I would definitely put a Half Moon Fat Bastard tip on this thing, or like some low pro one, like a chop top or something like that. That would probably look pretty sweet on this thing as well, because it's already pretty tall. I don't mind the fact that it's tall either. Some people might mind that. I don't care, because that's the way an old school sub-ohm tank used to look. That's maybe about as tall as the original Aspire Atlantis. So I really don't mind the tallness of it. But if you don't like tall tanks, then do not buy this. And I just noticed Overdrip in chat said, looks alright if you're a skyscraper vapor. I mean, but imagine this thing on like a stack tube or something. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Let's see what we got going on tonight. We have Grim Green just posted his vlog for the day. I think it was a pre-recorded vlog. I'm not sure. I saw the little announcement earlier today. And it's the anniversary of That's What She Said, so make sure you guys tune into that tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, we've got the stew going on Friday, and of course, we have another fantastic episode of Savs on Sunday, so tune in for those shows. Oh, God, I'm sure there's more. If you want to plug your show, plug it in chat right now, and I'll mention it. But yeah, there's lots and lots of live streams going on, guys, because we're all stuck at home and we have nothing better to do with our lives. So we're just going to go live and tell everyone about it. Speaking of, today at the vape shop now, would you recommend this over the Pyro V3? You're talking two completely different animals there. Pyro V3. I'm trying to remember that one. I feel like I liked this one better than the Pyro V3. Pyro V3 wasn't terrible. Again, it was just kind of another RDTA. But this one just has that little edge because of the weird kind of / different factor. So, yeah, I would say this one over the Pyro V3. You know. Grim Green is going now. It is pre-recorded. Okay, there we go. Says an advocate for liberty. Check out the Green Room Friday, 8 p.m. with Frames Janklin on Frames Janklin's YouTube channel. That's Frames Janklin Vapor, for those of you that have not subscribed to him yet, featuring our boy Overdrip, our moderator extraordinaire. So make sure you check that show out just before Vape Stew. Those guys are hilarious, and they're very informative, actually way more informative than Vape Stew. We talk about nonsense for 2 hours. But yeah, let's see. You guys want to talk about coronavirus? I don't know. I feel like everyone's sick of it, but I just have this. I need to talk about it because at the shop, we're still operational at the shop. For those of you that don't know, I work at a vape shop in Connecticut, and we are doing curbside pickup only, which is, trying to prevent spread of COVID. But people don't quite get the concept. It's very difficult for them to adapt and adjust to change. So people are pulling into the parking lot and calling from the parking lot, or even at some points trying to pull on the door handle, in which we have to yell at them. And even though we have big signs on the doors that say, call, here's the number, call. And we've made probably a dozen posts about it. But if you think about it, it's just like ordering a pizza and then picking it up. You know, you call in your order, you pay for it with your card over the phone, or, you know, we don't want to take cash. We really don't want to take cash. We don't want your cash at all. It's dirty. It's got germs on it. But if you have exact change, we'll take your cash, of course, with gloves on, spray it with sanitizer, and put it in the drawer and leave it for 2 weeks. But yeah, for some reason, it's extremely difficult for people to get a grasp on this concept of curbside pickup. Don't know why. This is kind of something that should be ingrained in our society by now. We have been picking up pizzas and food and all sorts of other stuff, you know, for years. And I just don't understand why people can't just go, hey, I want a bottle of juice. Okay, here's my credit card number. Okay, thanks, bye. No clue. So that's kind of a preview for tomorrow's This Week in the Vape Shop. I mean, other than that, I will suppress it for now. I will suppress it. I'll keep it down. Yes, sick about it indeed. Let's see. Abe Benoit says, let's talk about Zophie's socks. It's a very interesting topic. Let me tell you about Zophie Vapes. Zophie Vapes is an interesting character. I miss all my YouTube buddies. I miss Grim. I wish we could hang out more. You know, I miss Suck My Mod. I miss Mike Vapes. Oh, breaks my heart that I can't hang out with these guys. I miss Brian. Someday we will be reunited once again. But yeah, Zophie, from the couple of times that we've met, she's very funny. She's silly. She's nerdy. She's goofy and random. I'm not like insulting her in any way by any of this. She's awesome. But yeah, she's just a character, and she likes being her own person and doing her own thing. And if you watch her videos, then you know that. So like, she doesn't care what you think about her. She's just gonna do whatever she wants to do. I mean, that's what I like about her. And if she wants to wear crazy socks, then let her wear crazy socks, man. We're YouTubers. We do crazy things. I'm wearing a Hawaiian print hat right now. I don't know why. It's just 'cause. It's me. But yeah, Sophie socks. Apparently that's on Abe Benoit's mind. Let's see. Let's see. Do you think all the statistics and are lies about the coronavirus? I hear a lot of the deaths are made up. Things aren't as bad. I've heard both sides. I think China is probably downplaying their deaths because they don't want to admit that so many people in their country died from an illness that was preventable. And, you know, if they just told everyone to stay in your house right from the get-go, then probably could have stopped the spread of this thing. And that kind of is true for the whole world. If we go, guys, this thing is really bad, they might have been downplaying it to the WHO and, you know, everything else. I don't know. But on the other hand, I've heard any death in the U.S. that is at any point related to COVID gets marked as a COVID death. So if you die from a car accident and you happen to have COVID-19 or have the antibodies or whatever in your system, then they mark it down as a COVID death. But could be bullshit. We don't know. We have corrupt media in this country, so we have no idea. Media is painting one picture. Reality is a completely different one. Just Rob Jones just got back from the grocery store. Felt like we were all robbing a bank. Well, I hate to say this, but it's the perfect time because they're telling us to wear masks. So gang violence should be through the roof. Let's see. Even in the U.S., it's a big deal in some places and not so much in others. Yeah, absolutely. It goes by population density, guys. Surprise, surprise. I saw an overlaid map of 5G versus COVID-19 and the hotspots are the same. Well, guess what, folks? 5G is only currently in major cities. The network is not launched completely across the country yet. So guess what? They're in major cities, and where are a lot of people? In major cities. That's why you see a lot of deaths in major cities. Surprise, surprise. Do you really need someone to talk about this on the internet? Probably not. Because you, as a human being, have rational thought in your head. And this is something that just goes ding. But for those of you people out there that want to make stupid stories like 5G is causing a virus, then yeah, you might need the graphic. China is saying 3,000 deaths only. No way is that real. I don't believe 3,000 deaths either. We have 3,000 deaths in New York alone, so actually probably way more than that by this point. But yeah, 3,000 deaths, come on. Come on. Add another 0 to that number. But, just kind of like back when Chernobyl happened, when the nuclear power plant blew up, the Russian government suppressed it from the world. And the only reason that they detected it was because scientists in Europe were like, hey, you guys, we're getting some radiation over here. What's going on? And that's the wind pattern went up and over and into Europe. And that's why they were detecting the radiation a few days after it happened. But they denied it. Russian government denied it. There you go. There's your science fact for the day. Where's Kate Moth when I need her? Random facts. So, Canada's actually handling things well, it seems. Who knows what the economy will look like, though. Chris, could you tell us if Canada is on, lockdown at all? Do they have that stay-at-home order kind of thing going? Because I feel like we need more of that in this country. People aren't taking it seriously. We had just as many customers in the shortened hours that we are operating today that we normally would have in a normal 11-hour workday. So take 11 hours and spread out those customers and pack it into 6 hours, and that's how busy we were, with people leaving their houses, people with friends in the car, people not wearing masks, gloves, anything, and getting out of their vehicles to grab a door handle and try to come in. Sorry, I said I was going to shut up about it until tomorrow. Let's see. If you shoot them before they die of the Rona, they didn't die from the Rona. That's true. I read somewhere that vape deaths could have been corona involved. Same symptoms, apparently. I don't buy it, though. Well, it depends. Wait, where's the tinfoil hat? Put them on, guys. Put the tinfoil hat on, guys. So there's a rumor going around that all the vape deaths were related to coronavirus, and that coronavirus originated in the United States. Now, I don't feel like that's true, personally, because it just doesn't quite match up to the scale that we're seeing now. But then again, it could be the media portrayal of this. I mean, we did have an epidemic within, a couple of weeks, and emergencies declared, whereas, with COVID, it's just world news. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's saying stay home. With the vape thing, it was like, oh, don't vape. So, pushing an agenda versus health. I don't know. Not really sure where I was going with that one, to be honest with you. But I don't really believe that they're related. I will say, however, that I truly believe that I already had coronavirus in February because I checked all the symptoms. I had flu-like symptoms. I couldn't gather the energy to get out of bed. It was Super Bowl Sunday. For those of you in the U.S., you know what I'm talking about. For those in the U.K. or anywhere else in the world, you have no clue. But Super Bowl Sunday, yes, it's the big American football match where, they have the top two teams in the both leagues go against each other. In any case, The Patriots weren't playing, so I wasn't interested anyways. Yes, go Pats. Yeah. But the Super Bowl Sunday, I couldn't get out of bed. I felt it the night before. We were playing Call of Duty. Me, Demo, and a few friends were playing Call of Duty, and I'd said I was shivering. I was cold. I had symptoms already. I could feel it coming on, and I knew I was going to get sick, but I didn't have anything to do the next day, so I just was like, screw it. We'll just play video games until I fall asleep. And I had to wrap a blanket around myself from keeping from shivering, because I was that like flu-like. So I had a blanket around myself, and I was playing video games. Next day, literally could not get out of bed. I barely made it up in time in order to tell the guys from Savs that I wouldn't even be on. I was just like dead. I barely made it out of bed that day at all. The next day, same kind of thing. Barely made it out of bed. I had flu-like symptoms, fever, and that persisted for about a week. And then after that week was over, the fever started going away, and then it was just headaches every day, just pain and lethargicness just kind of taking over, just kind of, I could barely stay conscious. I needed like a gallon of coffee in order to stay awake. And that persisted for a couple weeks after that. So as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I had coronavirus already. And this was weeks before the first cases in the U.S. Don't know if that's true. I don't plan on getting tested because I feel like I don't want to waste a test because I don't have any symptoms now. And if I am immune, that would be pretty sweet. But I'm taking the necessary precautions just in case. I'm not going around licking doorknobs. But I don't know. Let's see. Overdrip says, Pure stay at home, and our numbers of COVID cases is 1/3 of the U.S. per capita. We just hit 1,000 deaths yesterday, I believe. So I know a lot of in the UK they're locked down as well. We really just needed a national lockdown order, in my opinion. We needed a national just stay at home. Stay at home. Like, we needed to just be told, stock up for a couple of weeks or a month and just stay home. But no one listens to that. I have a customer that comes to my shop every single day, and gets one disposable. You're putting yourself at risk, you're putting your family at risk, you're putting everyone that you come in contact at risk for one puff bar a day. It's not like you don't have the money for it. It's not like you don't have you have just that much time on your hands where you could just go down to the vape shop once per day, from Massachusetts, mind you, and pick up one disposable. I need a vape. I need a vape. I get so amped up. I gotta stop talking about this. I gotta save some stuff for tomorrow. Canada has restricted lockdown measures. That's good to hear. I hope you guys are all doing well up there. Abe Benoit says, go Pats. All right. I'm not a hardcore fan, but, I gotta root for the home team. No matter what, Tom Brady or not, I would say. Still rooting for the home team. I was a Pats fan since before Tom Brady, since Bledsoe. So there's that. And before that, I was a Cowboys fan and the Dolphins fan. I was a quarterback kind of guy. Well, kid, I should say, because I was probably about 10 to 13 in those days. But then I was like, you know what? I like the home team. I like rooting for the home team. But I digress. Canada physical distance fines, travel restrictions for high risk, and a lot of what is going on everywhere else. Yeah. I really wish that every state just said, close the borders, no interstate travel, stay at home, don't do anything, don't gather, don't do anything, just stay home. Like, grocery stores and hospitals are the only two places that should be open. The fact that people can still get gas and put it in their cars is, troubling to me. And convenience stores are open for business. They should just lock the doors and say, pay with your card outside. We don't want to touch your money. I think it's ridiculous that cash being transacted is still a thing right now. It's ridiculous. You know how many germs are on a bill, on a note? Jesus. All right. What time is it? Oh, about to wrap it up. Perfect. So yeah, anything else besides coronavirus you guys want to talk about? I would love to finish this off on a positive note here. Real quick, a couple things with me. I don't know. Updates. I'm thinking about buying a new chair. I think I want a chair like Swaggins and Stan have, the Secret Labs. Everyone that I've talked to that has one says it's the best thing ever and it's worth the money and all that, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm considering buying a Secret Labs chair. Kind of want one. Do you want everywhere to be Michigan? Oh, good point, Dire Thing. Well, all right, last thing, I swear. Michigan, for those of you that don't know, Michigan had a rally to open businesses again. They want everyone going back to work. And my thought on that is, wow, way to just go out there and spread a disease for the day by protesting. You think they were respecting social distancing? I think not. That worries me. Humanity worries me sometimes. Gonna play the new Final Fantasy VII. I was never a Final Fantasy guy. I was always the guy watching my friend play Final Fantasy. And to be honest, I didn't really mind because it never really interested me. I'm more of a first-person shooter guy. I know. Not necessarily first-person shooter. First-person, third-person shooters. I like real-time strategy. I like RPGs/shooters. I like horror games. And I just picked up a new one called Plague Inc. So we're going to make our own coronavirus and unleash it upon the world on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/slightlybuzzed. Right down there, link right down in the description. Click it, check it out, give us a follow and a subscription. That would be much appreciated. Other than that, what's your general thoughts on oranges and or lemons, says Kieranson. Well, Kieran, not a big fan of the actual fruit themselves. I like orange juice. I like lemon juice when it's on, chicken or fish or, something good like a dish that requires lemon juice. But I'm not a fan of the actual fruit. Pulp is my enemy. I don't know. Never been a big fan of a lot of pulp. Little pulp, fine. A lot of pulp, no. But as far as oranges, they taste good, but I don't like eating an orange. Don't know why. Maybe I'm just going to get scurvy. Aegis X or the smock version? Aegis X all the way. I don't like smoke, smock, however you want to pronounce it. Not a big fan in general. So I'm going to go with Geek Vape. I know they're not as indestructible as they say they are, because I know quite a few customers that have beaten the ever-living shit out of theirs, and some are still kicking, some just bit the dust pretty quickly. And there's some that didn't even get dropped and they broke, but that's a topic for another day. Let's see. Ew, gross, this motherfucker. Don't tread on me, right? Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is one I'm going to purchase. The second it goes on sale for $45 or lower, I'm there. But I don't really want to spend $60 on another AAA game right now. Just not really my thing. I mean, yes, I'm an old school Doom fan. I played the demo to death. But the new one doesn't interest me as much as some other games. I mean, I just picked up Destiny 2. It's free to play, and, we're playing that with me, Swag, and Stan. Poon Sauce McNasty, you know, a few other people, JLVC, Cap, his guy that he does the random podcast with, the Banter Station, and Dan Demir. But that's a free-to-play game. It's pretty sweet, and I've been playing the crap out of it, so I'm into that one. Call of Duty, I'm kind of relaxing on Call of Duty, to be honest. Regulated versus mech. Well, if it's me, I prefer regulated power. Just because it's a consistent hit every time. Mechs are fun every once in a while, and you know, you have the specialty ones, kind of like the series. For me, I like series boxes. I love my Rig Pig, and I really want to get it coated. Might have to contact Palmer's Powders for that, but other than that, as far as a single 18652 mech, it's a once in a while, kind of grab it, polish it up, and hey, look, mech mod. Sort of thing. But that being said, I did pick up new batteries for my mechs, and those will be coming in tomorrow, so yay. If you ever need to change the subject on anything, I'll hook you up, bro. Thank you, Kieran. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We're at the top of the hour. I'm sure a lot of you guys are chomping at the bit if you want to go check out Grimm's vlog. So I'm going to say goodbye here, guys. Once again, don't forget to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/slightlybuzzed. Trying to get my path to partnership. I'm an affiliate right now, so you can send me some bits. I got a soundboard that's up and a bunch of other stuff happening real soon on the channel, so pay attention for that to happen. Gonna have new music featured in the intros of videos, and gonna be changing it up a little bit starting real soon, so that's pretty cool. And links to the music that I use in the intros is going to be in the description. Thank you so much for my weekly subscribers. I forgot to do it last week, so I'm going to read off as many as I can. This is a very long name, so I'm just going to call you Mustafa. Big shout out to you. Michael Vapors, Noel Wagner, B&H Gaming, and Zima, Mundo, Carlos Torres, Vicky Vape, Daryl Stranton, Sensei Wizard, B. Wayne, Seamus Wright was the one last week that did these super chats. Okay, that looks like it for the past week. So thank you everyone that has subscribed the past week, and thank you guys for hanging out with me in chat and having a good time and listening to me complain about coronavirus and all that crap. We'll be back next week with another fantastic video. We're going to probably be taking a look at one of these two things right here, or possibly both. I probably will cram them both into one video. Some chargers from X-Star. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Stay tuned for That's What She Said. And like I said, just check out my Twitch if you like video games. Links right down there in the description. All my social media is down there as well as my actual website itself, dailyvape.tv. I never pimp that enough. Merch is there. And links to my Patreon. If you guys want to support me, you can always do it on Patreon, starting at $1 a month. We do some awesome coffee talks on Sunday mornings, and I've got some giveaways coming up. So, boom, there you go. That's all I'm going to say. Wrapping it up now. You guys have a great night. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. And as always, vape on.